Every astrophotographer has probably stood in a cold field with their gear at some point. Once I even did it in deep snow, and I wasn't even sad when a surprise cloud cover forced me to pack up after 2 hours. Have you ever done astrophotography out in the snow? I absolutely love the ZWO ASI 2600MC Air. I'm not sure if I would have collected 8 hours of exposure time in the night between -5 and -10 degrees Celsius in the past. But with this camera and the ASI Air, it's no problem at all. And it's no wonder. While the gear is working, I'm sitting comfortably on my couch or at my PC. I just set up my phone as a monitor to see what's happening outside. It's so convenient. Usually my Askar 140 sits on the Celestron CGX at the observatory. I've experienced it so many times. The forecast looks good, I drive to the observatory, set everything up, and then unexpectedly the clouds roll in. Especially on nights when the forecast isn't great to begin with, it makes little sense to drive the way out there. On evenings like last Saturday, I'd rather try my luck in the garden. That way I can quickly bring everything back inside if the weather turns. Recently I borrowed an Askar 103 and it worked so well that I swapped it for the Askar 140. It really makes a difference whether you're sitting in a chair at the observatory for 4 hours waiting for a deep sky shot, or if you are at home doing something else while your equipment collects photons outside. On the night of February 14th to 15th, it was unexpectedly clear. With the Askar 140, the focal length is long enough to really enjoy galaxy season. I wanted to start with something familiar. A galaxy I've always loved photographing, Bode's Nebula or Messier 81. Whenever the field of view is large enough, it makes sense to include M82, the cigar galaxy, in the frame. I took 4 hours of exposure time with 120-second subs at gain 100 and -10 degrees. Funnily enough, the cooler didn't have much to do because it was already that cold outside. I took the flats right at the beginning. Does it annoy you too when you have to do them at the very end of a session? I always do them beforehand now. Here is the result. After that, I moved on to NGC 4244. Other candidates were NGC 2841 and NGC 5907. I actually shot NGC 2841 for a few minutes and it looks great, but without software like APT it can be annoying when you realize a meridian flip is coming up soon. It wouldn't have lasted much longer, so I chose an object that would stay visible for a long time before that happened. NGC 5907 would have been my first choice, but it was unfortunately hidden behind my roof, so I went with 4244. Here is the result: NGC 4244 with 4 hours of exposure time. As you can see in this image, I didn't center NGC 4244 perfectly. My mount still acts up whenever the SSAG is plugged in, unless I use it strictly for guiding, which I do. When I slew to an object, I unplug the cable first, slew, center it, and then plug the cable back in to start the guiding. It works great, however, you have to remember to turn the mount's tracking back on manually. I forgot to do that for a moment, so NGC 4244 drifted a bit out of the center, but no matter. I knew I was going to crop the final result anyway, so it was fine. I hope you enjoyed the pictures. Feel free to leave a like and tell me what was the coldest night you've ever spent photographing. I'd love to hear your stories.
Step meaning solar. terra di sapone antico, una chitarra sotto a balconi, canta l'anno vecchio e chi tu chi mi resto. Figlio di sta terra sogno, questo cuore duro e salato, come pane di sosure, come un mare amaro e benedetto, fammi ristarica, ogni vento sape o me nome, stringimi forte e poi resta di tutto il resto mondo. Campagna Vespro, mi ricordo come manca ancora, sotto la luna passo e passo, grido cielo, non mi scordai. Figlio di sta terra sogno, questo cuore duro e salato, come pare viso solo.